and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
It's time for Tell It to Stanya. It's all about you. Ooh, let's peel away the layers and focus on you. Ooh, what's going on inside? Let's talk about love and truth and the matter of who we are. Let's find out together on Tell It to Stanya.
Pleasant good afternoon. Welcome to Tell It to Stanya. That's right. I am she and she is moi. That's right. It's a Saturday and on time. And Brittany actually told me when to start. She was so good today. Hi, Brittany. My Brittany, little nice. She put up a good finger just now. I can tell you what finger she's put up sometime. Okay. Well, I have two co-hosts today. I have Miss Stacy Brown. Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Bahamas. How you doing?
Lord, Stacy, you so short.
I know, right? Pray for me, church.
Yeah, man. Stacy, you short bad now, my Lord. Okay, Stacy, well, who you with?
I am Dr. Anastasia Brown.
Make sure you're talking to Mike.
I am Anastasia Brown. I what I could say, I am employed at the University of the Bahamas. I am first, most important one. The president of the SAC Alumni Association.
Oh my God! I just realized you was one of them. Listen,
yeah.
Wait, hold on. That wasn't you. Who sent me one friend request? Someone sent me a friend request. Say from what is it? The name, right? And listen, and I done was cross, right? Because this mean I see I done this. It's definitely a soccer. This mean they must see think I've been to sake because I done see only sock things, and you know y'all done think which y'all take only two set of people.
Only two.
Carry on smartly.
Okay, I'm the first VP of UTAB.
What's that?
At the University of Treasures Education of Bahamas. And the secretary of the Valley Boys. And
which one?
It's only one.
Oh.
And then there but we had to talk about that. But and also I'm a proud member of Revolution Church. I'm a proud member.
Okay.
Yes.
And where's the Revolution Church? Where is that exactly?
Infusions.
Yeah. Oh, you was one of them too?
Yes,
oh
a powerful.
God.
We're changing the world one step at a time.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
all right. And I have, oh my God. Oh, you had me at Osaka, but anyhow. Yes, moving right along, my other co-host. Is my other co-host online, Brittany? Dr. Williams.
Right.
Saying.
All is well, thank you.
I go, what kind of doctor? Because Stacey, you're a doctor too.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, well, Dr. Williams, would you share with us today? Who you with?
Well, I'm Dr. Williams, H.I.N. Williams. I'm a master educator, an adult workforce and education trainer. With my latest addition being a certified parole trainer and a parole officer. I hold the post as the director of juvenile detention at Bahamas Department of Correctional Services.
Cool.
I am also a trained teacher with the Ministry of Education.
Oh my.
And yeah.
All right, good stuff. Okay, Stacey, what's your doctorate in?
Education leadership with an emphasis in organizational development. I go and look at organization and look at their leadership and the way their organizations are organized to make sure that everyone is the best fit.
That's amazing. So we kind of all do the same thing in different ways.
Yes.
I heard you, Dr. Williams, talking about workforce. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good stuff. So yes, this is
you have a good team. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
and let me tell you, I am happy to hear, and I wanted them to give the bio. Now, I normally don't like bios. Like, when people ask me to come in, and I normally say, oh, I am... What did I say? I say, oh, yes, I'm the host of Tell It to Stanya. I'm a certified life coach and the founder of Eve's Journey Life Coaching Institute. And, of course, they're like, Stanya, and you did work this place, and then don't you have a degree? I say, yeah, but the bio is only so people could think
I got a little bit more. Yeah.
So that's why I had to
So
tell.
they ask you who your people is.
Right. So listening audience, I wanted them to say that because see, sometimes y'all only believe people when you hear a couple little degree and thing. Y'all ain't know plenty. The most times,
The
God
people- yeah.
God prepared people to be
Correct.
But anyhow, that's a story for another
Listen,
day.
I always tell people I learn a lot of stuff from person right on the ground.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
So anyway, welcome to Tell It to Stanya. And what we doing is that we have current affairs. And let me tell you all this now, guys and girls. This the last week I talking about current affairs. I mean, I probably could say goodbye. But the last week for right now.
And you call me.
Okay? That's right. As a matter of fact, because we got to get back to our normal scheduled program. Next week, guys, we talking about, why men love safe women. Okay? The real reason why men love or choose safe women. That's what we talking
Powerful.
about next week. Because I see some things. Now, remember, guys, last time I talked about the love-starved woman, even though y'all do me in. But now, or next week, we talking about the real reason behind why men choose
Powerful.
safe women. That's a good one.
Very good.
I gonna need y'all to listen and tune into that. But anyhow, okay, moving right along. You know, I coming with some drama next week, right?
Surely.
Okay. So anyway, this week we talking about what's going on. Like I said, current affairs, and once again thanking Dwight for extending the show, Guardian Radio for extending the show. So we got now an hour and a half, which is awesome and amazing. So we're gonna talk a little bit about what's going on, and then I have a guest. This guest would be what we talking about, Chad. But anyhow, y'all is scared, boy.
All is well.
Anyhow, I ain't saying nothing. When the guests reach, the guests reach. When we talk about what we going to talk about,
We talk about it.
That's right. So anyway, this week we had a whole lot of things going on. All right. So for starters, we saw Sabas entering politics.
Wow.
Okay. How y'all
Powerful.
feel about this now?
Like I was saying to someone this morning, I think it's a good idea.
Okay. Right.
I think it's a good idea. And the reason why I think it's a good idea, I actually saw a piece this morning when they talk about Brent Simnett and how Brent Simnett came into politics. And a lot of persons thought that his money came from his father, and his money actually most of his money came from his mother.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, that is powerful. And then, so when I saw on Sabas, I said, you know what, he's a businessman. He's a businessman who invested his money.
Right.
I know for too long in the parliament, we had a bunch of lawyers
Right.
who are really not businessmen.
Right.
They strict. They
Right.
go by fine line. This is what the law say, and they ain't bridging. But he takes risk. And now, because of the way the country is in the position the country is in, we need a businessman who know how to invest and make money.
Okay.
And I think it's a wonderful idea.
Okay, so all right, and Williams, Cheyenne, feel free to jump in now. And if you want to send me a text message, guys, 422-4796. That's 422-4796, and the call in line 323-6232, 323-6232, or 325-4316. Okay, now I want to read something that someone wrote on Cecil's page. I steal this. Okay, here we go. This is what somebody wrote. I did not say Stanya Davis. Thanks. Okay. All right. So this person says that these are the points they made that why he should not be in politics. And once again, Stanya is not in agreement or not in agreement. Okay? Agree or disagree. Bam. Here we go. Yes, okay, he owns his own media house. Yes, that's precisely the problem. A man who made his fortune off the backs of poor now owns one of the most powerful media machines in the country. Okay, so they're saying that it's a threat to democracy. All right. Number 2 reason, access to disposable money. Let's not sugarcoat it. That money was built off the losses of Bahamian citizens, single mothers, pensioners, jobless men, chasing false hope on a screen. The fact that he has raw cash daily is not impressive. It's an indictment of how broken our economic and moral compass has become. Third thing, they say political influence across 3 governments. That saying that this doesn't speak to leadership, it screams pure corruption. when one man has embedded himself in every single administration. Okay, point number 4, government landlord through luxury developments. Okay, that's, well, we know what they're saying. Pretty much, he rents to the government. Okay? 5th one, popularity across generations. The poison of drug lords, tech moguls, cult leaders have all been popular across generations. Popularity is not a virtue. Hitler was beloved by millions too. Should we hand him the keys to the government just because a few TikTokers and Facebookers post his party pics? 6 1, social media philanthropists, public donations from gambling profits are nothing but moral hush money. Y'all see where this going. Okay. Yeah, how y'all feel about that? They got a couple more.
And everything they say there's a counter argument for each one.
Okay.
And for each one, they say, because he said they all have a right to run.
Okay.
So you're trying to take away his right to run.
Okay. So do you think? Okay.
So because that could be, you remember when we talk about the in the Bible where they talk about the harlot, and when they say they shouldn't take advice with, and when the story of Jericho, and the wall of Jericho, when they say you taking advice from a harlot, she rescued him.
She was a hero.
She was a hero. And
so
go ahead.
Okay, now you know what this reminds me of though. Okay, this reminds me of a certain person. Oh, and I love this person, so I'm definitely not calling this person's name. But a certain person who worked at a certain place where I worked at. We watched this certain person strategically move from one area of the job to the next area of the job, to the next area of the job, to the next area of the job. And so now we see that this person, who I really love, by the way, love and respect a lot, is now the head of this particular section. But if we look back in retrospect, we saw it already. We saw it coming. But in retrospect, she strategically went from one place to the next, to the next, to the next, and then ultimately heads this area. Sabas strikes me, and I don't know anything. I saw him at Poop Deck the other day. That's all. I mean, he looked like he was having lunch or breakfast with, and he looked like a down to earth type of fella. I don't know anything about him at all. But okay, so we have watched him go from one place to the next, to the next, to the next. It kind of seemed like he got a plan to go somewhere.
There's a plan.
Yeah, he got a plan, and that plan I know, because he's such a powerhouse.
No.
We cannot. It would be very silly.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't. No, the man is amazing. You got to give it to him.
He is investing his money.
Yeah, you can't take that away. But let me ask you this now, Williams and Stacey. Do y'all think, I don't see him as someone who could take orders though. He look like he could be the backbencher. He look like he could be the team player.
Independent thinker.
I know.
See, for too long we are yes or yes, ma'am, the slave man mentality. I always said, and I think that's I guess because we're on this Westminster system.
Right.
And I always look at organizations. I could look at the country.
Right.
I think if we could have voted for our prime minister separately, our country would be in a better position, because then people vote because they know that prime minister is important to us. They cannot independently choose their prime minister.
Oh, but here's a text message come through. Good evening, Stanya, and to your guests. A businessman being a politician doesn't guarantee they'll make a good politician. Dr. Minnis was very successful and rich, but he was the shortest serving PM and one of the worst in Bahamian history.
And why is that? And give us the reason why you think that a businessman will not be a good politician. And for the longest time, we've had lawyers being at the forefront. You know
what? Honestly, I feel. What you going to say? What you going to say, Williams?
I was saying I agree, because being a businessman is one thing, but being a businessman out there helping the community with all the give backs, with all that he has been doing when he didn't even have to. It tells a whole lot about character. And we've had many persons talk about, the fact that he was able to help them with this situation. He's always doing this and always contributing. And and the fact that he did not have to.
Well, and
We've heard a lot of positive things about the man and the community from before this thing with politics came about. So
okay,
why not give a businessman a
a
chance? He's
chance.
been given lawyers chances
Exactly.
after chances after
Correct.
chances.
Well, and
So give him.
let me just pin stick one little pin here because they said okay, Doctor Business, da 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 blah, short of servant. Well, okay. First of all, I feel I ain't going too deep into this, but I feel like Dr. Minnis lost for well two reasons, but the main reason was when you was young and your mommy tell you say manners is take you around the world and take you places where you can. I feel like the only reason people did not really vote for Dr. Minnis because Dr. Minnis would get a little he was a little he'd get a little terrible with his mouth. He'd get a little disrespectful. I mean, mind you, it was a tough time and he had to make tough decisions. But I think the
Right.
Bahamian people did not appreciate the long lockdowns, the dismissing, the this, the da da da.
The heart.
The heart. You're right.
I understand
It-
he had to do what he had to do.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you got to remember the heart
How
of the
yeah,
people.
it's how you say the
See,
things.
listen, when you are arresting persons to go into the pump and charging them before the court because they're trying to get water.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what I
yes.
say. And he, right, Dr. Minnis, not that he was worse or what have
Well,
you.
yeah,
but
he had to make some decisions. But see, and I think it's important as for leaders,
right.
we have to be around. We have to surround our person who can say yes, sir, yes, ma'am. I'm a person. I can tell my boss, listen, I don't think that is a good idea. You need to do this
But people
this way.
don't do. You know what? But see, Stacey, y'all saying that, but and literally, I had this conversation with one friend yesterday with a second friend, and what we were saying was pretty much people don't tell people, especially people in power. This go for politicians. This go for ministers. This go for whoever in charge. Let's just go whoever in charge. People don't tell people the truth. Well,
No,
in general,
and we need to.
And that's why we failed.
That's why we're in the
like-
problem that we're in.
Last week, I mean, the people likes to kill me. Even my guest was on talking about I targeting this and all like that. No, just because somebody say something or point out something. No, we got to be more than that. Now we can't. If we operating down there, that's low level thinking.
Correct.
That's low level. That's
I-
no man.
It goes to show your level of leadership. See, everybody in leadership position doesn't make them a good leader. When
Exactly.
you sit in the position of leadership, you have to learn to take criticism. You have
Yeah,
to
man.
be able to sit back and take the punches when you were wrong, accept what you did was wrong.
Correct.
And
Move
try
on.
to correct it instead of trying to, defend what you did. You wrong.
And admit
so
to
when
it.
and you have
anyhow.
to admit to it. So back to Hubert Minnis, he struck me as a leader who folded in under pressure.
Correct.
And see, that's another thing. When you're sitting as a leader, you have to learn how to take the blows as they come. You just have to learn to snap, do what you have to do. But he just, to me, he folded under pressure, and that's what caused the frustration and the and whatever he did afterwards. That's what caused his leadership skills under pressure failed him.
Well, yeah. Okay, we have another text message. Do we really want another MP that the CIA has files on that they can use to manipulate him and influence our internal politics?
Where's the evidence
But
of the
person know a
CIA?
lot.
Yeah, like, because I remember when they used to say our current prime minister can travel. You remember?
Right.
Right.
They said, and I surely saw him traveling plenty
Right.
since then. I think
Exactly.
we need, see, when you make accusation, I like evidence. As a union person,
Evidence.
I need your evidence. And a friend should say, check but verify.
Okay.
Make sure your story is you have the evidence of that.
Well, another person texted in, Stanya, I hope you and your guests realize that being a businessman and managing public funds are two separate things. Private accounting and public accounting are two separate disciplines. Yes, indeed. So, Stacey, why are you looking at me?
Because I'm
If
trying
y'all
to.
see how Stacey just look
I'm
at
sorry
me.
because I'm listening. Like, are we serious?
Yes, but you
We
gotta ask
asking-
these questions,
I
Stacey.
I know. I'm asking the mindset of our people.
Exactly.
That is the scary part of the mindset of our people. See, I am a futuristic person. All of us have made mistakes. All of us have a past, and I think that is the issue. all of us done stuff. We were talking about earlier. We have done stuff in our bodies like, thank you, Jesus, for grace and mercy. We are not forgiven. We are not forgiven. Yeah, we made a mistake, but we should be able. We have learned from our mistakes. I remember he used to go to SAC, you know.
Oh,
But he got kicked
jeez,
out.
Lord of mercy now.
But listen, I'm just telling you.
I sick of SACers. I sick of
I'm
SAC
just sure.
people.
See, you ain't even
You too,
listening.
Brittany?
You see? But you don't even listen to the story. See, that's when you say SAC. He will tell you his story. He got kicked out of SAC. Do you realize that, right? He could have used that story when he get kicked out of SAC and then fall up and die. Or didn't or not build from that. He took that experience and that challenged his energy to be successful. He wanted to prove the principle wrong. That he will not be successful. That's the person I like, who don't give up. They throw the lime on you. You made lemonade, and he made plenty lemonade, and he shared it.
Stacey, you live in Fort Finney Castle Lake.
I
No.
like while we're on the lemonade. Hey, Stacey, while we're on the lemonade point, I like to put it like this. You take the lemonade, you took lemons, and he didn't make lemonade. What he did was took the lemon, took the seeds, planted a tree.
That too. Yes.
You know what?
That's
Let me move on to my next topic because y'all must live in Fort Finney Castle.
No, I don't.
You, Cheyenne, you live.
I wanted to live in Seabreeze. That's where I want to live. Where the teens giving up.
What is this?
I'm looking for a spot there right now.
I mean,
when you're doing the boundary, make sure Rosewood where Pinewood is. It's
Oh,
part of Seabreeze.
oh, y'all going to Island Lock or something, eh?
Oh, not $1.
Nope.
Okay.
Not $1. I'd even spend.
Anyhow, moving right on. Okay, so I guess we'll see what Fort Finn Castle. I mean, oh Lord, you got Paul Travis and what the other one name now? Who the CI? Let's say CI. COI.
Travis and Fort Wayne Cancer.
He's on Fort Finn Castle. No, wait, hold on. Let me look. I thought it was. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta look again. I think he was. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. And I don't have a problem being wrong.
Listen. As a leader, will always admit a true correction. A true leader will admit that they're wrong and apologize.
Yeah, man.
We are not always right. We make mistakes.
The wise person
Nobody's
knows
perfect.
that they don't know everything.
Correct.
Yeah. You know what we say, but the smartest person in the room? Or the one who think they know everything? You know nothing.
They ain't know a thing.
Okay, moving right along. Okay, so divided with
Like the
better
private
not-
accountant different from the public accountant.
I'm moving on. So Bass him entering politics. Okay, I got another message. Okay, please note that we have too many undeveloped leaders. Yes, we do. Many of them are insecure and came from broken families and are still hurting. Yeah, man, plenty. FNM, PLP,
All of us. All the above. Pastors,
everybody.
doctors, lawyers, Indian chief.
We just all us got anyway. Let me go on.
January, February, and March issues.
Yes, let me go on. Anyhow, I saw in the newspaper this week also. Okay, it's time to do in the woman's stem. I don't know if you all saw the woman who set up her boyfriend for Charlotte. Sorry, thank you so much, text messenger. It's Fort Charlotte. Okay, thank you. So did y'all see the lady who set up the boyfriend a few years ago and to get robbed, and he got robbed and killed, and then she got only, I think it was 7 years? Wait, let me read this for y'all. Y'all ain't know what to say. No?
I heard about it, but I did not follow it.
It's just Friday. Yeah, I heard about that too.
Yes, now, hold on. Because we have guests coming a little later. Hold on. I ain't talking about this set there. No. I ain't touching that one. Y'all done tell me don't touch that one there. So I am not even. Yeah, this is what I did pick up. And this is. Hold on, man. I got too much things in my phone, man. Okay, anyway, I could come back to that one. All right. Okay. We also had the suicide that happened this week from in the Rasta camp. The young lady, I don't know her full name, but I know they called her Care, where she was found an apparent suicide, apparent or alleged suicide. I'm sure they're still investigating,
yes.
So we don't know all the details. But, once again, I think it shined light on mental illness. Now, according to sources, my sources, yeah, I got sources. Tell it to Stanya, get sources. You all stay right there.
We
Thank
all
you.
get sources.
That's right. Once you're a Bahamian, you got,
You got the
sources.
sources.
Right. But shared that, okay, because I watched on the news that they said that maybe about 3 years ago, she started, there was some suspicious behavior, some concerns that persons had. But my sources reveal that it was at least 10 years ago that they were noticing some signs. Now, they said she's in her early 30s. So
Oh.
if this is correct, 10 years ago, 20s. And I'm mentioning this because I don't think we talk about mental illnesses a lot. But based on what the source said, allegedly, this woman could have been suffering. Could have. I ain't say that's what it is because I know doctor. Could have been suffering maybe even from schizophrenia, maybe because schizophrenia, the onset is early adulthood.
Adulthood.
So this is why sometimes
The question of the day is, what help did you receive
I
10
getting ready to
years
tell you right
ago?
now. Right. So okay, she was I think she was of Creole background. And persons said that when she visited away and then she came back, this was happening. But but we and I ain't saying that things don't happen now, but I'm just saying that it sounded as though this was undiagnosed mental illness. It was undiagnosed clearly from 10 years ago, and I don't think that any help was and this is sad. This is very sad because I think we downplay mental illness in this country. We brush
Yes,
it
we do.
off.
Yes, we
and
do.
then sometimes, you know what we say? We just say, oh, you could pray it off.
No, we need some help.
You know what I mean? Well, someone say, Dr. G, you say you need a psychologist or psychiatrist.
Or someone you could trust.
But you're right. Yeah,
Trust.
you need some other things. You need Jesus, but you need something else too. You need some medication. There's some things. Yeah. So I am just saying that, and I'm mentioning this because I really want persons to take it serious. Like if you are suffering from something, and this isn't simple, but let's just say depression, and you don't feel as though you could talk to someone, go and find help. The government have a lot of programs available, and use the church.
A church that you can trust with someone who you can trust. Because some people pray. Pray. Not P-R-A-Y.
Yes.
P-R-E-Y.
Okay.
On persons who are vulnerable.
Think about it. We need to stop, get out of I'm thinking that when we say mental illness, we're crazy or something wrong with us.
Yeah.
We know that there are lawyers, there are doctors, there are all kind of prominent people that they have persons that they see on a monthly, weekly basis.
Yeah.
Just so that they make it through. So it doesn't matter where you come from or what you have or don't have. You need help, seek help.
Yeah, and that's why I'm mentioning it. I'm mentioning it because like I say, we don't talk about it. And I see somebody doing me and everybody in right now, so I can read what they say here. Why y'all capping for someone that you cannot and maybe should not be speaking on behalf of? I ain't speaking on behalf of nobody.
Me either.
There are a lot of people with personal experiences that may strongly, and they have strongly capitalized disagree with you, and they have a right to, by the way. Mama used to say the only person you can speak for is yourself. Child, I can't even speak for myself.
I can't even speak for myself.
I can't even speak for myself because half the things I thought I would do, I do.
The church.
We're talking about it, and we're not talking about, at least I know.
But we are judging the person and not giving them the opportunity to try. We've tried everybody else.
Well, I'm talking about mental illness. I don't know the lady's story. Clearly, I don't know. I'm just bringing it up because I think we don't talk about it, and I think the more we talk about it, then what we're trying to do is to let people know that it's okay to seek help, and it doesn't make like something wrong or something bad. That's why we're talking about.
I was talking to someone and they snapped.
Right.
And I paused. And I said, "You okay?" And when I said, "Are you okay?" And they said, "Give me a minute." So I see sometimes you don't know what people
Going through.
are going through.
Yeah.
You understand? You don't know what they experienced before they came to work or a situation, and it might be.
Yeah, so this is why I'm not bringing it up as from a place of judgment. I take that very
Yeah, and
serious.
it's not judgment. It's time.
Yeah.
We don't, as a country, we don't take mental health seriously, as our next guest says. They think, and she also says, "Thank you, because you're crazy, you walking around."
Yeah.
No, it could be depression.
Yeah, and that's
It
why I'm
could be
saying
depression.
we
Something.
don't.
It could be grief.
Yeah. But what I'm
understand?
saying is that because a lot of us are walking around with a lot of stuff that we've not focused on. That's one part of the mental illness. And then some people have been diagnosed or not been diagnosed, and they've not been diagnosed because, well, it's not as serious, or, oh, this one got this, or they just, all they need is to pray, or we brush it off. And it's an issue that, is torture.
And sometimes it's something from a childhood, traumatic experience they may have experienced as a child. And sometimes they say you buried it, right? And one thing could trigger it. And you see them acting out. We have to be very, very, very sensitive. And I think I was in a session yesterday, and we were talking about a mental day.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to take a mental day. One time I said, I'm calling in. I say, I'm not sick.
Okay.
I am well. I'm not mentally.
The person who actually texted that message, I think they were trying to correct themselves. They said that text that they sent previously was from a previous topic, and they said the word is keeping, not cap. Oh, listen, I ain't taking that on today. So, mom, my car done break down on me yesterday. I ain't taking. I got 99 problems, bro. You ain't gonna be one of them today. Moving right along.
Next.
Yeah. Thank you for your input.
Yeah, but we need to look. We need
I
to
into
check
that.
on one another. And sometimes, I'm like, if someone drop in my spirit, they always say when someone drop in your spirit, reach out and call them.
Yes.
And sometimes because you say, oh, they ain't calling me. If they ain't calling me, I ain't calling them. You don't know what they're going through.
Yeah. People have
I
real.
when I talk about mental health, I even go as far as myself. I don't even have to really go out there.
Yeah.
You understand? In 2014, I lost my first and only son to cancer.
Wow.
Okay, so he born in October. He died in October,
Wow.
and for some reason, October is the celebration of cancer
Cancer.
awareness.
Right.
And tomorrow will make his death anniversary to October 12th. So if I wasn't a person, whereas I was strong headed and did some things to progress, I would too be in a state. And then every year it's different.
Right.
Yeah.
So no matter what you achieve, no matter what you didn't achieve, no matter how you think you got over it, at some point it comes back, and you just have to be that strong person. I know when it is I need to speak to somebody.
Yeah.
I
So
know when
that's
it
the point. Okay.
is. You
So
understand?
yeah. So okay. Next thing we have teachers on strike. Now listen, I scared the word like they had
Most unappreciated
But hold on, man, Stacey,
field.
they had little chants and they had little rhyming things.
Listen.
I was very
That's
afraid.
teachers, you know.
I was scared for
We creative.
I was scared for the PM. They was what ring the bell? Where did I go? What did the chant?
Pay us or ring the bell. And they even have a song, and it's a beautiful song. Pay
Okay.
us.
So
or
what
ring
was it?
the
What was it
bell.
all about?
Now, I could put. I'm putting on my union hat. I could tell you and I said the other day, and I said to them, that was only them. There were other persons who may be in that same shoe.
Right.
And she's President Belinda. She said something to the news reporter before she went into the House. She said that the Prime Minister gave some directives,
Okay.
but the directives were not followed.
Okay.
We had that same experience at BTVI. Directives are being sent down, but are not being followed. Yes, you sign all these beautiful union agreements, but the terms are being breached. Why are you signing them and the terms are not being honored. And so I'm saying, if that happened to teachers, well, I know that happened at BTVI.
Some people say that was a promise that only was a promise, and a promise could be broken.
And a union agreement is binding.
Okay.
You cannot breach a union agreement. And it is being done. I'm talking from experience, evidence. I have evidence on that. It's being done.
Right. That's the word on the street, say that it was a promise.
No, it's not a promise.
What's the salary range?
Too little.
Too little?
Between the teachers and the
after 18
nurses,
years,
the salary is an insult to the profession.
But government teachers
Yes.
actually make more money than many private schools. Yes, ma'am.
And
I ain't saying make it right now, but I'm saying that.
Oh wow.
Yes, ma'am. Only one or two schools.
when I was at BTVI with a master's degree, my salary was $25,000.
Stop talking foolishness.
And I was, you know what? And I was next to when I was transferred to Exuma, and I lived next door to someone, one of the technicians from BC, was BC back then, and he was bragging. It's about his $50,000+ salary, and he said he only had one GCE. Listen, there are many persons who make much more than the teachers educate. The
Right.
nurses then take care,
Right.
and their salaries are less than $50,000. That's as an insult
Yes.
to the profession. That's why the teachers are leaving the profession
Yeah.
because
It
it
drove
does
and drove.
not worth it.
Yeah.
I am a trained
And they tired.
teacher.
They are tired.
I
Yeah, they
tell them,
tired.
I teach college level. I won't go back into the classroom.
You wouldn't go back and why not?
I will knock somebody, Jalo, because I don't do rude behavior. I do not do rude behavior.
Doctor, what is this full name? Doctor.
I
Anyway,
will.
see,
I
we got
understand.
to call her.
Yeah, I'm the one. 2, 3, 4.
You
or
can't
5.
handle it.
I tell them mind me dress up. I said being down, girl. Okay, don't mind
Man,
me dress up.
I love. I
Yeah, I tell them I'm the
and
one.
I love being with the
Yeah.
young people now. I can't take the itsy bitsy.
I
sound.
told you,
that
I respect manners, and respect takes you to the world.
Okay, we have a caller on the line.
Go ahead.
Caller, go ahead.
Good afternoon, ladies. How y'all doing?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good. Listen, I just wanted to make a contribution as it relates to the union aspect of what is going on.
Okay.
So probably the Prime Minister is saying that he offered these people this without it being a part of the
Right.
industrial agreement.
Yes.
Now here's what I want to tell the Bahamas. This John Penn, the former president of Bahamas Public Services Union.
Okay.
My last agreement would have expired when I was president of the union. That should have expired 2017. One of the things that the government agreed to then was say a salary adjustment
Okay.
to review salaries and increase salary scales. What they keep doing is extending salary scales, never increased it. And so I thought when the Prime Minister was about to do something, I thought he'd finally look at addressing the salary scales to bridge the gap between senior and juniors
Right.
so that they could have caused there to be some increase in the beginning of these salary scales.
Okay.
All right? That's one thing I think the trade union movement missed. We had a
Right.
compensation study done under Perry Chris administration. I think it cost the government something like $1 million. And the result of that compensation study is sitting somewhere in somebody's office. I don't know whether it's the Ministry of Finance or the Ministry of Labor, wherever it is. I tried to put my hand on it when I was director of labor. I never saw it. But there's a compensation study that was done that spoke to every position in the public service,
Wow.
including teachers, nurses,
Everyone.
prison officers, defense force, police, all of them. And it showed how they should have advanced and how they ought to have addressed the gaps in the salaries. So I thought that's what was being done. Right?
Well, lo and behold.
Kind of
Yes.
a
Thank you so
correction
much.
slash contribution.
Yes, I appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
Mr. Pinder, for chiming
Yeah, okay.
in. Thank you.
Good. All right.
Okay, yeah.
That was part of the compensation. Should have been done, but I understand they only did it for the higher managers. They
Yeah,
didn't do it.
upper management.
Upper management, and
Uh-huh.
they didn't do it. But
Which is so sad.
But it's
Which
sad.
is
Don't
so
worry, it
sad.
coming
it's
now.
gonna. But however, does that negate from the fact that you still have a lot of outstanding items in these industrial agreements that are blatantly being breached
Yeah, and from years and
for
years and years and years.
and years and years.
And once again, I have to say this because last time someone say we talk bad, but the PLP, that's what you all say. But anyhow,
We talk about it all.
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. This wasn't under just the PLP.
No,
this
all.
under FNM.
All.
Right? People been waiting for money from like
King
over
Hatchet
10
was a
years.
hammer.
Yeah, they've been waiting for the back pay from way back. Listen, child, when I did hear people to get this, me hold on, it ain't nothing in there for me. I mean, I know I live from 2014, but
Listen.
there ain't nothing in there because people been waiting literally for years.
For years.
Yeah,
And
education
all these
officers,
contracts.
years.
Why should you have? If you have me on contract for 10 years, that means I was doing good enough job for you to hire me
And
full
kept me there.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
And
you
that's
did
what has
not.
been happening.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you get away with that because
We
then you don't
allow
have to.
it.
Yes.
We allow it.
Well,
And we
Yeah,
don't
and
address
on
it.
top of that, the salaries are meeting that you would have a full-time teacher, can't afford to pay her bills, can't
Okay.
afford to buy lunch and
So let me ask
keep
you all
herself
though.
to
Okay,
herself.
Brave just reaching. We could give him a little blind. He could get to it.
Let me tell you, in a conversation
we?
yesterday, no black. Listen, conversation,
man.
and I don't have no because I know he has a heart. I dealt with
I
him.
think he does.
He has a heart for the people.
Yeah, I
I
really
will
think he
give him
does.
that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. My thing is, like someone made an illustration. I won't call their name, but they gave an illustration yesterday. They said, when you're running a business, thinking about a businessman who own a business, I understand you may not have to be there to watch it, but you need to come in once in a while and
See what's
check
going on.
to
Yeah.
see what is happening. Because if you stay away from your business
Right.
long enough, the accountant can start taking some of the money and
Sometimes
putting it
it's gonna
somewhere. The workers can be making decisions for you what are not in the best interest for you. And at the end of the day, you wonder why some businesses close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You need to stay home sometime and go around to these places and have a conversation with your stakeholders, sir, if you
Okay.
want a second term.
okay, guys. The one thing with current affairs now, we could go on and on.
On and on and
That's
on.
right. But I see our guest is here. And now something I wanted to start. I don't have no name for this. I call it the Better Bahamas Award.
Sounds good.
Yeah, the Better Bahamas Award or the I See You Award. I'm not quite sure. I probably could change that a couple of times. But this is about people who making a contribution. Now, y'all, I mean, this the first person I wanted to know. We see her. Y'all ready for?
Yes, they're ready.
And I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing.
So you're not a nothing.
That's
so?
right. I don't want to hear nothing but from who I chose as the first person for the Better Bahamas Award. Hold on now. I'm ready for yours.
Now the vote's final.
I ain't got nothing to say. But I think that I just was, preparing for the show and somehow she just kept popping up. And I was like, okay. So the person who gets the Better Bahamas Award is drum roll. Brittany, drum roll, little thing, eh? Brittany got this. Brittany get that drum roll together, man.
Oh Lord.
Brittany can't find this thing, eh? But I know
My
Brittany got it.
Jesus.
Yeah, she's good. She could find this. Anyway, might as well talk, tell it, come in. Anyhow,
Yeah, please.
this person who is gonna get this award,
Ah,
there you go, is no other than First Lady Anne Marie Davis. That's right. That's who. First Lady Anne Marie
Oh, wow.
Davis is getting this award, and she's getting this award. I see you, Miss Davis. I see you, Mrs. Davis, because she's been present this week. I saw her. She showed up at
Wow.
Windsor School for the Day of the Girl Child. She was speaking. Then she gave her 5 cents about the suicide prevention,
Oh, wow.
encouraging people with mental illness to get help. I'm giving her this award because I've noticed that she doesn't necessarily have one platform, right? You know, normally people will have
Just
this one thing,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But if you invite her, she's showing up
Correct.
and she's supporting.
And,
She's
and to add, she also spoke at Breeze's
You see?
Girls Troy initiative on day before yesterday as well.
you see, she had a busy week.
Oh, wow.
She had a very busy week. So yes, First Lady Anne Marie Davis, I
Congratulations.
see you, the first
Yes.
recipient. Yes. And I was thinking too. I say, but you know what? We kind of had some good first ladies. We had some. I was having a conversation with someone recently, and we was just talking about the first ladies, from Lady P,
Yes.
who was a politician in her own right. She left a good.
She set the standard high.
Yeah, man. She got the
she said that
blueprint, the
Yes,
template.
sir.
Even now, becoming Governor General, that just wasn't because she was his wife. She got her own legacy.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, so we had her. We
Lady of
had
class and elegance. Yes.
yes, man. Then we had we had some powerful first ladies. Now I ain't calling because they say if you
Don't call them, you get in trouble. Don't.
Right, I ain't calling the names. I just calling the names of who I did see too. Dolores Ingram, maybe
Yes.
she was maybe not doing, but she was an educator.
Yeah, she was.
Well respected. Well respected. I think that's all we got for right now, though. Them two and Lady Anne Marie. So yeah, so that's what I could, but I ain't call it over. That's that. But Lady Anne Marie, she get Better Bahamas Award, goes to the First Lady. Yes, ma'am. So, anyways, let me see, because our guest is here, and it's already 1:47. You see how quick this time goes.
What?
We have one. Okay, let me see this last text message, and we're gonna go to a break, and we'll have our guest. Okay. Please note that we now live in a society where many families are living from paycheck to paycheck. Yes. Our problems are many in this city called Nassau. Oh, yes. Many persons are trying to live and seems not to focus on what is important. This creates many problems in this city. Many leaders and persons just do not care. I totally agree. And that is why, guys.
And we as parents need to make informed and make the right decisions.
Well, not only that though,
too.
we have to be careful. We have to really be mindful. We have to really be diligent in who we select to represent us.
Correct.
We have to be careful too when we see red flags in people. And I'm not just
Right.
talking about, okay, yes, you can't judge someone who do something 20 years ago and then, now that's not fair.
No.
However, if it current,
Current.
if you're currently
Currently.
doing full and there's current red flags, then we cannot use that. Now we can't apply that.
No.
That's not applicable because currently you're doing full.
I need somebody in my area. I don't want nobody
Okay.
who don't know the struggles of when it flooded not to be in my area. And that's what we should make it mandatory. If you want to run in my area, you need to be living in
Oh.
my area.
And someone said, your guests don't want to live in Seabreeze because although citizens is get little trinkets, the roads and potholes and pot cakes. But
Everywhere.
our MP, she is wear some nice dresses, Stanya. Listen, I go on a commercial break on that note.
Everywhere. Because, child, I almost drop into one hole like I was in
Everywhere.
China. That everywhere.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Bahamas.
For fast fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Always on the go? Missed a show? You can now listen to Guardian Radio talk shows anytime, anywhere on Spotify and YouTube by searching Guardian Radio 96.9 FM or by entering the name of your favorite show. You can also listen by logging on to GuardianTalkRadio.com and clicking on the podcast tab. Guardian Radio, continuing to provide you with fresh news and smart talk anywhere, anytime, all day.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Boy, why you look so mashed up like clothes at the washer?
No, boy, just a hard day, boy.
Hard day? What happened? The breakfast lady ran out of tuna and gritsy.
We need to start joking with everything, you know. This serious, boy. This real serious, boy.
Boy, what's serious? Tell me.
All right, well, today, boss gave us, boy, one big contract. And nobody else get a chance and nobody say nothing.
Boy, you know that ain't right. You know government contracts ain't supposed to go that way.
Yeah, but nobody's saying nothing. Boss man just tell people to sign the papers. Then he send me to meet this boy downtown and collect this envelope.
You need to tell somebody. But slow up.
You know I's a real man, but I never blow no whistle. I be drunk all my life and drunk, you know.
No way. A whistleblower is someone who tells people what they see when they see something wrong happening at work.
But I ain't no whistleblower. I ain't no snitch. I still right there, you know.
But ain't nobody can know it's you. All you gotta do is call Crime Stoppers, or you could text them from inside the Crack Crime Bahamas app. They don't ask about you. And your call goes straight through to Miami, so nobody know you is. And if you text, your message get mixed up like Kong Salad.
Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
And we are back. Tell it to Stanya. Stanya Davis here. And I just want to say hello to Dr. McPhee. Dr. McPhee is the principal at C.H. Reeves. Yes, C.H. Reeves Junior High. Met him at the school, and I did feel like a little star because he was like, and you tell it to Stanya? Yeah, yes, I am she and she's me, that's me, bam. But yes. Just want to say a good afternoon to Dr. McPhee and his staff and team. They're doing an amazing job. When I stepped on the campus, peaceful, quiet, order. Everything was fine. So just want to say, hello, Dr. McPhee, doing a good job. Once again, a teacher, eh? That's right. Teachers is boycotting in this country now. Teachers, administrators, or however you want to coin it, they really do work hard. So anyway, guys, I said that we had a guest in studio, and one other current topic that we didn't talk about was that because October it's Breast Cancer Month. We did touch on it like a teeny little bit, yeah. But it's also drum roll Pride Month. Oh, yes. And the voice that you were hearing, and of course, we had a conversation yesterday, but you said you had put 4 names. So we have Brother Vic, we got Slick Vic, we got DJ Saint Vic, and then we got DJ. Right. So I'm speaking about Victor Rollins, and he is joining us today because, Pride Month. Is this month, and wasn't there March today?
Okay. Well, first, let me correct that. It is not Pride Month. It's just a week in October. Okay. That's how come. Okay. Just a week. Because, like you say, it's breast cancer month and all that stuff. So it's just a week, Pride Week. Mm-hmm.
So this was the week.
This is the week, yeah.
Right.
Until Monday.
Okay. And wasn't there a
march?
Yeah,
they're Human Rights March.
Okay.
See, then that's the other misconception because people thinking you're having a Pride March in reference to what happens all over the world.
Right.
No, this is a Human Human Rights March, which encompass LGBTQ,
okay.
People who are dealing with children, molestation of kids, and etc. But human rights.
Human rights.
Nevertheless.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, but who led it? Who organized the event?
The DeMarco Foundation.
Okay, and that is led by?
Alexis DeMarco.
Yes, hi, Alexis. All right, yeah, I know Alexis. I think Alexis actually was my first guest, like the very first time I did Tell It to Stanya many years ago. I think Alexis may have been my first guest, I think. Not sure. Yeah, I think she was. Okay, so yes, now you got a lot of things now. So what are we calling you today?
Brother Vic.
Okay, Brother Vic.
I'm going down the religious road.
Yes. Now, in talking about what we were going to talk about, and I know it's hard to kind of talk about same-sex attraction.
Right, in the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas. Why did you say, versus the U.S.? What's the difference?
Believe me, the Bahamian person that is involved in same-sex activity, and I like to say it that way instead of going gay, bisexual, putting a label on. No, like me, I'm a man that's attracted to another man, but I know I'm a man.
So now,
so that's So I'm trying to be branded.
Okay, all these other stuff. Yeah. So see, now this is why I say I can't separate the two, meaning that I have some questions because you say Brother Vic is the name today?
Yeah.
Brother Vic, you have gone from being in the church to being, you say, a homosexual man, to outside the church, to being married to a woman, to
3 beautiful children.
3 beautiful children.
6 grandkids.
And then now...
being fruitful and multiplying.
And then now you just identify yourself as homosexual. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
kind of, sort of?
That's how you want to put
journey?
it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I got all kind of questions. Okay.
Shoot.
How did you balance Christianity and being a gay man? And at that time, like, did you say, like, okay, like, why did you go into the church?
Okay. Normally, I would have given my story to when I, gave up and decided this is the way I am.
Right.
Looking back, like most persons who are involved in the lifestyle, if you sit down and ask them, tell me your story. When did you first realize you were attracted to them? Say, from they know themselves. For me, I was 5.5. I was at a preschool, and my thoughts then, all the girls there, but I just eyeing the guys and all that stuff. I mean, when I look
at
back,
5?
I'm saying that when I look back, and if I was to go back and say, when did this thing came upon me? All right, but as I got older and stuff, when I personally gave into the lifestyle at the age of 14. I fought it. I cried at night. I begged God. I went to one denomination that tells me I got burned in hell because he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. I went to another denomination to tell me if it's love, God don't mind. And these people supposed to be representing God. So I was then confused and doing. And then things on the inside just wasn't being normal. So based on the knowledge that I have, saying my perception is my reality, right? Based on the knowledge I had doing in a whole lot, as I continue to try to find, well, you couldn't really try to find answers because you can't talk about it.
Okay.
You can't go and say, well, why is it that I'm seeming to have more attraction to a guy than a girl? You can't have the discussion.
Okay, and if it's okay, like, what age, if you're okay with saying your age or the age range?
I'm 64 now.
Okay, so you're 64. So many, many years ago, I'm guessing that it definitely ain't nobody you could talk to about that at that time. You barely could talk about that now.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
So, okay.
That was a taboo.
That was definitely a huge taboo.
And so you had to go and you had to try to find answers. And then when you speak with people, you do speak, that those who telling you what you want to hear because they want to get with you.
Correct.
And then those who just go in by the, and I can say this, the ignorance of what the church has put into their mind. And I'm saying ignorance because I'm not saying that the church is stupid or dumb. I'm just saying they just have been ignorant to the community and the lifestyle. And when I went when I went into the church at the age of 24, I wanted to be saved. My attitude was I was gonna be a gay Christian. I was going when Jesus cracked the sky.
Wait, hold on, back it up, big man. Hold on. So are you saying that when you entered the church, you entered knowing that you still was going to continue the lifestyle that you was living?
Yeah, because I was going to church all that time and still doing the lifestyle. But now this religion say make a confession that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. So I did that. But apparently the church that I choose to make this decision on, the way that they explain the word and the whole lot, a lot of things started to change. So I went in there with one objective,
mindset,
and then the whole everything went
transformed.
Okay, what do you
and so I would say from me being 24 into Christendom to 2003 or so, I was focused, completely worried, not having any attraction for no guys. Was
fire and brimstone.
Say it again.
Fire and brimstone.
Had a stronger relationship.
I created a relationship, and these are some of the things I would like to explain to the church. A lot of times you're trying to change a guy from liking a guy to liking a girl. No, you want to change. You want Christ to change. You want him to fall in love with Christ, and then Christ will do the changing. But the bottom line is, and they would tell you, I would rather see you grinding all kind of girls than we're doing a whole lot. And then I go like, but that ain't what the gospel is about.
Wait, hold on. See, you said something very interesting there. You said that, most of the time churches will try and change the person from liking the same sex into liking the opposite sex. But maybe another route would be, loving God, accepting Jesus, God, however you want to put it.
And he will change you.
And listen now, I am having these conversations, y'all, because...
the conversation should not even, if for the same sex, it even should just be a sexual relationship. On the whole.
But see, I'm saying this and I'm pointing this out because, sometimes your way, you could have good intentions. Because I'm not saying the church has bad intentions. They want you to come into the fold. But now that's another route. That's another way. Maybe it's something to what he's saying. Maybe, we have been trying to do it that way instead of doing it this way.
Well, let me give something.
And one last thing, and I'm saying this also because last week when we had this discussion and we were talking about this and talking about pastors and who blah blah blah, and I think I mentioned when I said, there are some people who are ministers and they live this gay lifestyle. We see them coming to the forefront and instead of saying, hey, listen, I did struggle with this. This is how I
dealt with it. We don't be honest in front because we don't want things to be filled with sin.
There's very few ministers, and only really one to come to mind, who I really thinking about, who has outwardly said, hey, I battled with this. I have been battling. I battled with this. And he is very loved and accepted.
Correct.
And respected. Okay, so church people, ministers, maybe this is another way, guys. Okay, Brother Vic, go on.
Okay. And when I speak now, I'm speaking to the church-minded folks, okay?
Yes, go on.
We've been taught that on this earth, there are two kingdoms, the kingdom of God and the kingdom of the world. Because 2 Corinthians 4:4 let us know that the God of this world is the devil.
Right.
So a lot of times people say, I pray to God, what you doing and all that stuff. But Pastor Dave Burris asked me years back, why is it that so many gay men tend to flock to the church? And I said, well, where else do you want them to flock to? And he says, what you mean? I said, consider the church a hospital. Right. And the church is supposed to be for healing.
Right.
And all that stuff. But what the problem has been is you have too many general practitioners doing work that specialists are supposed to do.
Correct.
Okay? So you got a pastor, he'll read Genesis 19, Romans 1, and a whole lot of stuff, and he'll figure he could preach a sermon on that, and then he will go there and be derogatory and trying to reach these same type of people, but now you're offending them. So you think they can come walking up and everything else. So my point is saying, yes, you might be a pastor, but you need to find someone who God has brought into the fold, clean up, because what you do, he brings you in, clean you up, and then send you back out to minister.
Correct.
And so you need professionalism within the church stuff that talks on topic. So when people want to deal with drugs within church and stuff, they
It's
call
almost
Pastor
true.
Days Burris
Yes.
or Carlos Reed. And so, but
Right.
all around, I've been trying to get to them. Nobody want, because they want to hear, oh, I walk in the straight and narrow, then I could talk. But don't do God work.
Right.
If I can give you information on how to better reach and minister to persons, because see, everybody experience and story is different.
Right.
There are those who have biological
Right.
issues. There are those who've been molested.
So-
There are those who, and I can tell you, this thing happened big during the pandemic. And I normally deal with 3 types of homosexuality within the Bahamas. Situational homosexuality, obligatory homosexuality, and neurotic regressive homosexuality. And ain't none of them have nothing to do with LGBTIQ and all that stuff.
Hold on now. When you guys break this down. Okay, so situation. That's like when people
Convenience.
lock up or
No
I mean,
convenience.
tell me
Okay.
what that like.
Situational
what that mean
stuff
exactly.
is that financial,
Yeah.
prison, military, or anywhere where there's no opposite sex. And if a man has not been disciplined to deal with his sexual urge, believe me, he could say anything he wants to say in front of you boys and a whole lot. When
So-
he get it, there's a proverb that says, when a man is hungry, bitter food will taste sweet, dirty water will taste clean. When a man is horny, a hole become a hole.
Okay, so brother Vic, you want to throw me off this session you talking about? You see, I just get 90 minutes. Brother Vic, so we have heard about homosexuality in jail, in prison, right? And sometimes people would say, no, these people always had those urges. Do you think that this person always had the urge, or you think, like you say, situational homosexuality? What do you think?
No,
Or
they
both?
didn't always know. People find themselves in situation that they go and prostitute themselves. Like you'd say with a drug addict, he would steal everything on the thing and stuff, right? Okay. So, but let me bring a quick foundation to this. You have LGBTIQA. They're the people who will let you know who they are. So you'll be able to say, I have a gay friend, I have a lesbian friend, I have a trans friend. But then now the United Nations had, during the AIDS epidemic, they had to create a new group called MSM.
What that is?
Men, sex, and men. Because these are all the other men who saying that they're not identifying with being gay. But
so
they haven't.
So
These the download, these the train,
Right, I'm just gonna
these
see
the, all,
these,
the, all the different stuff, you see?
So do you think they are gay who ain't want nobody know they doing things, right? They ain't want no one know they doing things. And then they say that they are not gay. They say they ain't gay. They say they just had sex with this person, or I don't know, whatever lie they tell themselves. Do you think they gay? Would you say they're gay?
Personally, no, not all.
My brother, stop talking. Hold on, get off the air. Stop it now.
You can't put everybody in the same
Brother
bucket.
Vic, you-
No.
Brother Vic, you trying to tell
I'm
me.
telling you, people do, even the obligatory homosexuality, because our homes are 70% plus fatherless, a lot of boys
Tell me,
are being
I say
assisted,
female, open up.
are being assisted by guys, and the guys them might want favors, but they do what they do out of obligation, but not because that's what they want to do.
Hold on.
We can't do all of this in the couple seconds we got.
No, I don't see you got to come back.
Okay.
Brother Vic, hold on. Brother Victor, you trying to tell me, now I ain't talking about trades now. We ain't no trades, because trades want money and trades want things.
But they're the biggest
And guess
group
what?
now.
They're the biggest group,
They're the
and I
biggest
can
group
tell
now.
you right now, any dude who don't want work, y'all could get you know what.
Especially those
That's
with
all
the,
I say.
especially those with the baby mama drama.
I learned a new term this year: no boss, no daddy. So when you hear the guys them saying no boss, no daddy, you know what that means? The highest bidder.
So hold on now. But I ain't talking about trades, brother Vic. I talking about let's say you get married, a unmarried man who have a good job, a good family, and late at night he got a boyfriend.
Keep it on the
Or he's the boy, right?
Just-
You trying to tell me you
But
trying to say
that's in the
what that
category.
is?
That's in the category of the neurotic regressive homosexuality.
What that is?
See, because what happened is he know he's struggling with his stuff, but you know what the family say? You better go marry that guy.
But he is still gay or bisexual.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
I would rather
but
you not
I'm
marry
saying
that woman.
It ain't most his fault, you know. People, especially in this country, name. If you're going into politics, you don't want to do. If you're going into to certain groups, you don't want to do. You go, you know. So what it is, he have to suppress. He has to suppress, but after a while,
it's still there.
After a while, when you know what happens when things suppress. So you agree
eventually boil over.
between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. And he out. And what happened in the most dangerous kind? Because they pick the guys up off the road, then go carry them to go to pay them off or do whatever. I mean, those three people are dangerous because they again don't almost say have no authority to talk to or answer to. They just go and do what they do.
Let me read this comment that someone said. Anyhow, this somebody say, I absolutely respect your guest. He's a realist and a specialist. I'm not saying what you just said, this last comment, this word. I'm not saying it. I'm not. Brother Vic, you can see what they say there.
But we would appreciate. And
I'm not.
I think
I'm not.
I think a lot. I know we as women had this conversation. I prefer you not to marry. Don't put a woman through that. Don't put a woman through that.
Let me tell you something. I got to ask Brother Vic a question. But you know what I've noticed? This is what I noticed working with people. I swear I could. It's a secret wives club going on. Let me tell you why I say it's a secret wives club. These women is know. They know for the most part. But come on now.
But there's been denial.
Listen, they know. Everybody know.
There's been denial.
This is me blatant things. Now,
Just the pressure
sometimes people think
beyond the women too.
No, but sometimes people think they can change people, you know.
That too.
So they figure, and I put this on him.
Drop this on like it hot.
Okay.
Flip over. Why did you get married?
So, like I said, because I wasn't able to progress stuff. When I went to visit the church, which was BFM at that time, Pastor Miles Monroe, and I was on Mackey Street, Debbie Bartlett was talking to me, and I was going to work at Waterloo. And I said, look, don't even try to get me into Christ, because I go into Waterloo, and I know I can be cussing again or when I do it. But I'll come to church with you on a Sunday. So I went that Sunday. And, you know, firstly, it was already strange going in the shopping center of the church. They say, you know, it ain't normal. Then
people was a little scared of BFM back then too.
And then we got in, then the lights down low, and then they singing, and then they murmuring, and these
it was a little bit
stuff and everything. But the thing is, right? I went to church at 9:00, and when pastor said, you know, close your Bible and over and a whole lot, I go like, no, don't stop. And my sister said, you won't see the time, it's 2:00, you know. I was in church from 9 to 2. I used to go to church at 11, 11:15. I sleeping in the window, and my church was at 12.
So
you know, but when I walked up, and like I said, all right, when I gave my life to the Lord, it was for one reason. And as I start to get into the Word and study the Word, then things start changing and stuff. Because the lady that I married at that time, I was engaged to her. Again, I was one of those. I was covering using a female because people wanted to know. But as a day, Slick Vic, I was, they didn't want to know.
He was a big DJ back then.
I'm still a big DJ. Yeah. Okay. I DJ in the night.
Yeah.
75th birthday.
Stay focused, Brother Vic.
Okay.
That's why you get married.
So when I did it, but the problem with the thing is at that time I had 7 girlfriends. And 7 p.m.
So let me ask you this.
But when I got into the church and all that stuff, and I started to realize what do, and then plus preserving yourself, and you can't have sex, and all. My brain started bringing. Then as I realized, and mind you, I wanted to break it off the engagement, but I was told that engagement is just the same as getting a divorce, and that's why Joseph wanted to put away his wife in divorce when they wasn't even married.
Mess people up.
You see what I'm saying? And so I went through it.
Wow.
I went through it and all that stuff. But I didn't. But my reason for going through it, and that's why now I'm single, was I wanted to prove to the world I ain't gay no more.
So that's why you got married. So okay. So thank you for your honesty.
I am happy that you said that, and I see, and as you talk about the women, sometimes I agree there is no.
Yes,
there is no.
So Brother Vic, right?
No.
I trying to get everything okay.
Yeah, but see, the pressures be on the women to get married. That's just be the pressure
listen,
too.
It's pressure to get married. But what I'm saying is that, okay, if I meet a guy and if I, like, a lot of times I ask guys, I'm like, okay, have you ever had a sexual experience with another man? And
I just asked you.
And they just look at me crazy over that.
I just asked you. Sorry. Let's go down the list.
And I go down, and then just to take it a step further, and I knew there have been people who admitted, who came and they told me, they told me, and then sometimes I'll just go by one of my gay friends too and be like, you know, right? Or
What's the tea?
Yeah, or a couple of times, and I go into the bathroom and come back. It's like, this man is part of the community.
Yeah, run.
But okay, so and somebody would text messenger.
Okay, but I just want to be clear. At the time that the lady that I was dating and stuff, like you said, she might have known a whole lot. But remember, her competition was always fighting me with other women.
So that's why I said I have questions.
So I'm just saying, you know.
And that was acute too, because she knows she's fighting you over women.
So
bing, bing.
The text message, texter, I'm not quite sure what you're saying. You said many women are the same way. Talk about that. Now, I don't know if you're talking about her because we don't know they speak doing things. So, money, I ain't sure what you
they
mean.
Are on the down low and like.
Or they on the down low?
Yeah.
But let me say this too. In response to that, I totally agree. A lot of times, remember now, I work primarily with women. I do have. I do see men, and actually the majority of the men who I do see, they are people in alternative lifestyles. They are, most of them. But anyway, but the women, mostly women are my clients. And normally I ask them, and most women have had a same-sex relationship. Yeah. So I totally agree with you, Texter, if that's what you were talking about. So, okay, Brother Vic. So at the time, your wife, did she knowingly, and maybe she knew about your sexual past or what have you, but did she think that, okay, you were going to now be monogamous, we're going to live together, get married?
It's going to be me and only me.
Like, what do you think she thought?
She was in denial.
Stacey, let Brother Vic answer, please.
You're talking about the mother and the children.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's be very respectful.
I am being respectful, but I am being honest with you, but she was denial because you did.
Hold on.
No, remember now. I was very creative. Remember, the first name was Slick. I was very creative in doing. So I wouldn't say she was in denial. I would say, well, I grew up with 9 girls, so when they would go out, I'd put on their dress and put my socks and I had this feminine thing and a whole lot.
Okay, I can let you go.
And that stuff. So,
already.
But I'm saying to her, and I used to use the line on all the girls, maybe just to guess them, if you say maybe that might help me, because girls always say to me, no.
Excuse me, Stacey, hello, excuse me.
No.
Hello, excuse me. Hello.
Remember now,
This is Tele Show.
Okay.
Brittany, little bit, I going to tell you, turn the mic off. So hold on.
Please turn it off.
Brother Vic. She's fighting a woman. As a DJ, women coming in, so...
Brother Vic, I have a question.
We were both in the world, so we wasn't even in the church yet.
Brother Vic, I have a question. Okay, how long were you married?
About 18 plus years.
Come close to the mic. You was married 18 plus years.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm assuming that you would have had some indiscretions during that time?
No.
So you had no indiscretion?
That's why I could tell you, if you get people to fall in love with you. See, when the guys used to try to come to me, I said, honey, I didn't find a man. Remember the woman at the well say, come meet the man I found.
Okay.
And I loved him so much. The way that we make love is out of this world. That's worship. And everything else. And I'm telling you, there's no one can come and challenge me during the time of my Christian. When I step out.
Okay, next question. When at what? Okay, well you say.
If he say step out, what at him?
What now? Like, what made you now say something? Because I'm assuming you've accepted. Because you're 64, and as you get older, when you get older, but you ain't giving 5 cents. I'm like, whoever says something, I don't give 5 cents. I got to live my life. So at what triggered that for you where it was like, okay, something, let me just be me. Like, what triggered that?
Okay. That itself, we'll have to discuss off air.
Okay.
And then come back and do the show because that had to do with the marriage.
Okay, so we'll come back to that. Yeah, right. Okay, and of course, I'm always respectful of what people want to share and not share and all that stuff because this show isn't. I know, I like people business. I do, but it's not about that. he's here because I want him to share his knowledge.
He's trying to help somebody.
Yes, that's why he's here. He's
help somebody.
Right. He's here because he's lived it. He's older. That's what Tell It to Stanya about. That's why I telling you all I ain't into these current affair no more. We going current affair in a different thing, in a different way. This show is really about finding out who we are through other people. It's about seeing yourself. It's about understanding. Everybody, whether or not you want to admit it or not, you have someone in your circle who's gay. You might not even know it.
Yeah.
But you have someone who is gay. And, and I agree with Brother Vic in terms of...
have an alternate lifestyle.
Well, not only that, I believe, yes, it's incumbent upon everyone to live their life on what have you, right? And it's their responsibility. But at the same time, too, we do make it hard. We say come out and just say if you gay or what have you. But then that is met with a whole lot of drama, hate, being ostracized.
But they've been taught that. And sadly, the church has been with a lot of, even when you mention a pastor who in the church, most of the pastors themselves, they didn't know how to deal with their issue. So they just carried on and maybe asked God for beginning, carrying on and maybe want to answer God. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that every population, the LGBT community numbers between 8 to 10% of a population.
Wow.
The MSM is about 15. No. See, we're going to put it together now.
Mm-hmm.
But the MSM is anywhere between 15 to 20% of the population. So when you put the 20 and the 8 to 10, you're going to almost 30 and stuff. But always remember that the men who are having sex with men are the ones. They're your boys. They're everybody else who you think ain't doing.
Yeah, the boys club.
There was an Avenger movie called with this guy named Thanos, and he snapped his fingers, and certain people disappear.
Yeah.
When I hear these folks talk about this, they wish this happened and that happened. I say, "Oh, it was Thanos," because you be seeing a lot of folks disappearing around you. Maybe even them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you do not know who is doing what. And not because a guy is feminine, has feminine tendencies, maybe he's gay.
Correct.
Yeah, a lot of people put folks into these boxes.
Correct.
Some people have learned how to be gay.
Learned behaviors.
Because people are confessing over them, put them in a box, made them go out and find folks to relate to.
Let me tell you something. That's how I get myself in trouble. Before, I remember being around someone and I right there talking about, and like how you gay and I said, but it's like, who told you I was gay? And I was like, oh, you ain't gay? Right? Now, I mean, my jury's still out, right? But I'm quite sure. But I had to respect what he said.
Yeah.
I had to respect what he said.
But I want to touch base, and I will be remiss if I do not say this. Brother Vic, you said for 18 years you were faithful and because of your relationship with God. And I would encourage you to get back to that place. I would encourage you. I will be remiss if I did not encourage you to go back to that place and the relationship with God. And the reason why I'm saying this, you see people say they only talk about the sexuality, homosexuality, and the gayness, but we're not talking about the fornication and all the other stuff.
But,
right?
But that's two different
but
things,
I want
Stacey.
you to know, I need to, I have to do this. I have to do this.
Well, hold on, you can do it, you can do it in a minute.
This, yes. I know, but I like what you like. I like what you like, and I love what you like. But I made a decision. It's not very easy. I could tell you that.
You made a decision to do what?
To keep myself. Get back to that relationship with God.
Okay, so now that she had her altar call, you one pastor who I thought I was going to marry one time ago, right? And he used to say, Stanya, you see, when he used to listen to the show. He might be listening to the show now. And he said, you got to change the content what you have on the show. I say, what you mean, shit? He said, you supposed to be bringing people to this. I say, okay, no, me and you ain't the single week because I have things to say. And
you can have things to say, but when there's an opportunity.
Yeah, but also, though, Stacey, everybody has a right to connect with God or not connect with God.
Correct.
And, okay, if Brother Vic was someone who was, let's say, doing something else, because we didn't even know what Brother Vic doing anyhow. But let's say it was another guest. I don't know if you was gonna say that to that person. You get what I'm saying?
We don't know what we're going to do.
Right,
in
I
a
don't know if you was
situation.
this is also. I'm not saying it's a time and place too. You're putting it. You really think on the air right now?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
because
but okay.
he said something
Let's
powerful.
look at how he look right now. Does he look receptive right now?
You thinking he doesn't look? He heard me. He heard me. Trust me.
Yes, he heard you.
He heard me.
But at the same time,
spirit heard.
And you know what? And we have to also say, and I said this last time. Every time, like we zoom in on this act, when there's a whole lot of other things. And if it was someone, like I said, who was here sharing their life story, I'm sure you was going to do that.
You're sure what's going to happen?
That's all I say.
You're digressing.
Yeah, right. So anyway, let's go back here.
Let me just quickly say to you and a whole lot, if I was you, just pray for me.
I will.
I'm saying because
I will.
You don't know what the master and I
that's why I said, yeah, right. And I will.
It's okay. We saying that this
pray for one another. That's important.
Whatever. Listen, everybody, people probably got to pray for you too.
Because I'm going to say this to you. Even for my left Christian them in my marriage, I've been in God's will. I've been doing God's will. So I'm going to say a lot of times, especially if you read the word, a lot of things that God did didn't look like God.
Right.
Frankly, who you think killed Jesus? Wasn't the sinners?
Right.
Wasn't the fornicators there?
Right.
It was the religious people.
Correct.
Because they saying,
right,
God don't do it that way.
Correct.
So I'm just saying,
Listen,
that's why I'm smiling at you. Because,
hold on.
Hey,
and quite frankly,
I'm at peace.
Yeah. And what I know too, boy, Christian people be the wickedest people. I didn't say that before. I think
it depends. No, it ain't the Christian people. It's the people out there.
Listen,
they may be perceived as Christian.
I don't listen. The same people.
Christian show. Could we get back and start talking?
Okay, Brother Vic, we done only got. See, Brittany telling us we got to roll this up because we done only got a couple of minutes and we still ain't get. Brother Vic, you got to come back. Obviously.
But what I would like to say, I was asked during our workshop at Pride Weekend event, saying, if you were given the power to have anything. That whatever you actually would get, I would like to throw this out to the general public. If you're a men's group, a church group, or whatever, have me come in and discuss understanding same-sex activity in the Bahamas. You will be surprised to know the knowledge, the stuff. We had Officer Peters there, and he learned so much from the community that it wasn't the perception. But I'm saying, you're not saying that you endorse the lifestyle.
You have to listen.
You just, you eating the chicken and you're spitting out the bone. But I'm telling you, a lot of the kids today, technology are into this stuff.
Everything. They are more afraid of you. They are afraid to bring you in, Brother Vic. That's the problem. They are afraid of you. That's probably why they would not bring you in. They don't see, right. They are afraid. They're missing. They're looking at the messenger and not the message. One of the things, like, okay, me as a mom, work with my daughter. I did not tell my daughter about sexual stuff and same-sex stuff. Very early on, and I think I maybe shared this on the show before, very early on, we were watching Oprah, and, something came on about gay or whatever, and my daughter, who's maybe about 6, 7, and she's like, Mommy, what is gay? And so I said, hey, Malia, gay is when a man wants a husband or a boyfriend and not a wife or a girlfriend, and if a woman wants a blah, 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 blah. So she said, Mommy, am I gay? So I said, well, do you want a husband or do you want a wife? Which one do you want? So she said, Mommy, I want a husband. So I said, oh, okay, well, then you're not gay. So it wasn't this, when you do stuff educate, like that, no. You are here to educate, right? You're not here to do, when you come with, and that's why I say, when you come with these other things, the only thing you're doing is pushing people away. And I don't want, once again, I don't have a problem with Christ. I love God. I can tell you all the word lie. I love God. But what I know too is that sometimes, like I say, we go and we zoom in on this thing when we have our own things to discuss. And I don't give a 5 cents, Stacy. I don't give a 5 cents, Stacy. No, you're not going to overtalk me on my show. You're not going to overtalk me. Cut my mic, please. You're not going to do it. No, well, you could do it, but you're not going to do it here on Tell It to Stanya. So I am not going to do that. You're not going to do this on Stanya Davis. Tell It to Stanya. talk show. And me and
It's
Brother
already
Vic
done.
and I had a discussion. So I am very offended. And I offended because you're trying to overtalk me in my own doggone show, and it ain't gonna happen never again.
Trust
so
me,
with
it
that
ain't gonna happen
said,
ever again.
Brittany,
Never
take me
again.
out.
Never
Take
again.
me out.
I tell
okay?
the truth. The truth
Thank you
hurts.
guys, and we will see each other next week on Saturday. Thank you. And thank you for my fan too.
Let's find out together on Tell It to Stanya.
This